So we're about to go racing then for the second time this weekend here at Donington Park, the fourth race this year at this circuit for the Classic Stock Catch Championship that gets underway now then. Paul Thorpe making the better start. Can he come round the outside of Lee Scott as they head into Redgate then for the first time? Yes, he's through. Paul Thorpe leads. He slides that car through Redgate though. He stays in front. Second to Lee Scott. Andrew Lightfoot there in third. Fourth, Matt Rosier trying to come alongside him. They go through Hollywood and then head on to the Crane of Curves. Only 2 rounds to go at the end of this. Everybody looking for a good result if they want to win the championship. And now Matt Rosier won the championship leader, trying to come around the outside of Andrew Lightfoot. Couldn't do that. Behind them is Andy Philpott and then another championship contender. That's Damien Cottrell. He runs 6th as they head up the hill towards McLean's. Yesterday's winner Paul Thorpe then trying to break away this early stage. He's on board with Cottrell then, trying to find a way past Philpott as we turn our way through McLean's then, using a lot of curb there, Damien Cottrell. He won the first round of the series at Donington, at Silverstone I should say. Here at Donington Park we head through Coppice then, and Paul Thorpe then still leads this. The gaggle of cars head down towards the chicane, but the best overtaking opportunity on the lap, and Damien Cottrell's got a good run on Andy Philpott. He looks to the inside, he brakes very late, heading into the chicane, and he goes through then, up into 5th for Cottrell. The top 4 starting to break away now, so he's going to have to do good next few laps to bring himself back up towards the top 4. Just checking his mirrors there to make sure he stays in front of Philpott, heading into Redgate, and Lightfoot late on the brakes, up on the inside, ahead of Lee Scott. Now he goes to Andrew Lightfoot, who moves up a position. In yesterday's race, the oil pressure gauge, I think it was on the car, was showing that there was something wrong with the car, so he's had to back off a bit. That though it was just a faulty gauge, so now he's on full attack today and he's up to 2nd. He's having to defend here to Lee Scott. Matt Rosier in close pursuit of the 2 of them as well. Cottrell, as already seen, has pulled out from Philpott, and it's Paul Thorpe that still leads, and Lightfoot having a good run through McLean's, closing that gap back into the race leader. They turn through Coppice. The 3 Fiestas lead it from the 205. We're right aboard with the leader then. That is Paul Thorpe. Is Andrew Lightfoot going to have a think here about trying to make a way through the chicane? Or is it going to be Lee Scott trying to come round the outside? Well, in fact, none of those things happened. The 3 Fiestas still out front from the 205. GTI. Championship leader Matt Rosier. Thorpe perhaps breaking away slightly through the chicane there, and that means Lightfoot has to defend from Scott, who tries to come round the outside. He can't do that. So he's heard through Redgate, but it's the 3rd time already of this race. There's the 79 car, Andrew Lightfoot. They head through the Crane of Curves. There's Damien Cottrell in 5th. Up to 6th has come Ted Cooper. 7th, that's Andy Philpott, and the 4 leaders head through the old lap. Is Cottrell closing? Well, after the first lap, he was 1.9 seconds behind Matt Rosier. After the second lap, he was 1.7, so he is closing slightly. It's Lightfoot having to defend hard now into McLean and attacking at the same time. It's the front jersey of Lee Scott. Lee Scott here still alongside as we head up to Coppice. So Lightfoot on the inside, live, late on the brakes again he is. Then turn through Coppice, but Lee Scott still coming right around the outside. He's edging ahead now, we can see the car briefly. So they're still side by side now as they head down towards the chicane, but it looks like Lee Scott has got the advantage. He moves up to 2nd, then the pole car. But coming back now at him, late on the brakes again from Lightfoot. He dives up on the inside. He goes back in front then, does he? Runs out slightly wide, but nothing too drastic, not on the grass or anything. But this has allowed Paul Thorpe to sprint away into the lead. He's made a reasonable gap now as they head into Redgate. Lightfoot's well, Scott's down to 4th. Rosier follow Lightfoot through. And this allowed Cottrell to close them all in. 6th is still Cooper, 7th Philpott. Lowry in 8th, Langford in 9th, 10th Rosier, he's flicked on his window wipers. It is Ryan Lowry in 8th, he's going well then. 11th is Foundry, 12th is Kaiser. I believe, yes, it's Kaiser's coming from the back of the grid, so good first few laps from him. Anyway, back to front runners, and who was that trying to, it was Scott, wasn't it, trying to come back at Rosier, he couldn't do anything about it. Now, is that Alex Hall just up the road? We believe he's had an off a lap or so ago. Hopefully we'll get a replay of that because we have an onboard camera with Alex. And here we go then, into Coppice, using up lots of curve, the car running back, 2 wheels onto the grass, the car looping around into the gravel trap. And the marshal's obviously helping him to get out of there. That was, this is back to the action, isn't it? Lee Scott's gone through, but both ahead of Matt Rosier, both of them still out the chicane, and Damien Cottrell's through. He's got ahead of both of them. Up to 3rd for Damien Cottrell then. So we head into Redgate, so Damien Cottrell moving up, he's up to 3rd. The top 2 now have got away, so Paul Thorpe with a gap to Andrew Lightfoot, with a gap to Damien Cottrell. 4th is Lee Scott, 5th is Matt Rosier after Scott and Rosier's battle at the chicane, which held both of them up, allowing Cottrell to come through. 6th is Cooper, he's gone into that scrap up, so it's 4th, 3rd. This is the best battle on the road, up towards McLean, through the right hander they turn. Lowry and Kaiser side by side, further behind, and a good run from Matt Rosier, trying to come back at Lee Scott now, can't do anything about him. They turn their way round the right hander at Coppice, then onto the back straight there, power down towards the chicane. Lightfoot just adjusted his mirror there, as he's on the attack now. Paul Thorpe is trying to close the gap. Link the car for 2 wheels, and Lightfoot runs out of road. He's on the grass out of the chicane. Don't think that lost him too much time. Just a bit too much speed carried through the second part of the chicane. And running onto the grass, just behind them. Lee Scott late on the brakes, trying to put an attack on Damien Cottrell. Cooper right in the back of Rosier behind them. There's the 42 Fiesta then of Lee Scott to head onto the Craner curves. Ed Cooper won one of these races back in June, round 7 of the championship, this round 10. Scott, another good run through the old hairpin, but can't do anything about Damien Cottrell, it seems, at the moment. Rosier just trying to break away from Cooper slightly. Out of the 8 come the 2 leaders. Then 3rd Cottrell, 4th Scott, 5th Rosier, 6th Cooper, as they turn through Coppice. 7th there's Philpott, 8th Derek Rosier, ahead of Martin Caden, that was. Tom Langford in 10th, 11th now Ryan Lowry. Back on board with Cottrell as he laps Alex Hall, who keeps nicely out of the way of everybody. And Lightfoot bringing that gap down now. Paul Thorpe, he's going to have to start watching his mirrors once again. Because Andrew Lightfoot, good pace. And as well, we haven't got many laps of this one left now. As Paul Thorpe goes defensive into Redgate. Andrew Lightfoot now, perhaps realising he can make an attack on the leader, who runs out of road. But someone has run out road even more. It's Matt Rosier. He's in the gravel at Redgate. Can he get out of there? That's a championship leader disaster for Matt Rosier. Obviously too late on the brakes, it seemed, into Redgate, because it was in the gravel trap very early into the corner. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see how that occurred, but he's going to fall a long way back. We believe he's got back out of the gravel. It's the lead battle on as well, because Andrew Lightfoot here trying to come around the outside of Paul Thorpe as they head into McLean's. Can he go right around the outside here? That would be pretty impressive. He can. He runs out of road once again. So Thorpe still leads. Lightfoot in second as they head now into Coppice. Lightfoot seems to be that bit later on the brakes. Can't do anything into them, but now we have the long run down towards the chicane that completes the lap here at Donington Park. And he finds a way through, we wonder. Cars onto the brakes again, Lightfoot closes that gap back in. And Thorpe staying in front, Lightfoot using every inch of the road. They cross the line, we reckon they get probably 2 laps left of the time remaining, then 1 more on top of that. And Lightfoot, late dive up on the inside, he goes through, he leads, Andrew Lightfoot, but he runs out very wide. Can Paul Thorpe come back at him? I think he was a bit worried there, he was going to run into him. He had to put on a bit of extra lock, but either way, Paul Thorpe's back in front, so Andrew Lightfoot led for a few centimetres there. But back in front goes Paul Thorpe then, as they head down into the old hairpin. It's Thorpe that leads, Lightfoot at second. Thorpe flings the car into the old hairpin, gets the car a bit sideways. So does Lee Scott. He runs out a bit of road. He runs third at the moment. He's got back ahead of Cottrell, who's fourth. Fifth is Ted Cooper. Now can the 3 of them there, third, fourth and fifth, work together to get themselves back into the battle for the lead? Once again, Lightfoot trying to go round the outside of Thorpe. He knows he can't go all the way round the outside. He's trying to get the slingshot down towards Coppice. So get onto the brakes for that. Now again, Lightfoot closes the gap back in under braking. Then Thorpe carries the speed through the corner, then has the momentum onto the back straight. We're getting right towards now the closing stage of this race. And Lightfoot, he comes out nice and early, has a look to the inside, not quite close enough this time, so he comes back onto the line for the chicane. Both cars smack the curbs. So 2 to go, we think. And that is a replay of how Scott got past Cottrell. Cottrell seemed to run out slightly wide. Right, Thorpe lights a blaze in the lead. Lightfoot has a good run out the old hairpin, can't do anything about him then. The 2 different shape Fiestas lead the way. Third Scott, fourth is Cottrell, fifth is Cooper. Those 3 working together to bring themselves back towards them. It's pretty much now 5 for the lead as they turn through the old hairpin. In 6th, I noticed there was Martin Kaiser. He started last. Lightfoot though has a fantastic run there, side by side for the lead now. And Lee Scott though, a great run for him. He's going to make it 3 wide as they head into McLean's. Who's going to lead out of this one? Damien Cottrell follows them through the corner, and Lightfoot goes through. He leads in second, Thorpe. Scott and Thorpe almost touch there. Ed Cooper has a fantastic run because of all that. Where's he going to squeeze as they head through? Coppice is second. He was 5th heading into the corner. In 4th, it's side by side. Scott and Cottrell then are going to run side by side all the way down to chicane. It's a good run up the corner though for Paul Thorpe. He's going to fight Ted Cooper back. Andrew Lightfoot pulling away in the lead though. So it looked like him in the middle heading to McLean's had the best of it. Cottrell then, he goes through ahead of Scott. Martin Kaiser's now joined all this. He could still get second. It looks like Lightfoot may well win this now. Thorpe goes back ahead of Cooper. Now Cottrell has the run on. He's on the other Nova of Cooper. So Cottrell goes ahead of third. Into third, and now he has a great run as they head into Redgate. They're 3 wide almost behind. Kaiser trying to fit through the middle. So second goes Cottrell. Running out wide was Lee Scott. Thorpe with sideways through Redgate as they now head onto the Clyde's coast. So second Cottrell, third Scott, fourth Cooper, fifth Kaiser, sixth is Scott. He's falling back now. Seventh is Philpott. So they're 6 of them battling for second position. They head into the old hairpin, much tighter for Thorpe than Cottrell. Is he going to be able to get a run now as they head up towards McLean's? This is the last lap of the race as they now absolutely together, bumper to bumper, in the battle for second, third and fourth. The 2 Novas with Thorpe in the middle. Kaiser there lights a blaze right behind Cooper. Cooper goes defensive. Here comes Kaiser around the outside. Scott almost on the grass, trying to go round the outside. Kaiser backs out of it, and Scott gone round the outside of 2 cars through Coppice. He has his up to 4th position. A great move that was from Lee Scott round the outside of 2 cars. You hardly ever see that happen. In second is Cottrell, then third Thorpe, fourth Scott, fifth side by side between Cooper and Kaiser still. So they were side by side heading into Coppice. They're side by side still as we head into the chicane. I think Cooper, yes, has just got the better of Kaiser, but it's a win. We forgot about him on the last lap of the race. Andrew Lightfoot, he takes the victory then. And here's a replay on board of Damien Cottrell. Some of the mad racing we had, absolutely fantastic, pretty clean. think that was the only touch there. There was only a light touch between Thorpe and Scott. There's a slight touch between the Nova and the Fiesta there, Cooper and Thorpe. But that fantastic last couple of laps. Andrew Lightfoot won, Damien Cotchell got second, third was Paul Thorpe, fourth was Lee Scott, fifth Ed Cooper, sixth Kaiser, seventh Phil Potts, eighth Rosier.